Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are talking about the pros and the cons of using the Naca program. So if you are interested in this video, then make sure you keep on watching. So in today's video, we are talking about some pros and cons of using the Naca program. So I wanted to share some of my personal pros and cons with you, just in case you are looking to go through the Naca program to purchase your first home, or whether it be your second home, or whether you might be refinancing. So hopefully my pros and cons will help you, and hopefully you'll be able to use this and take advantage of the Naca program, because Naca is one of the best programs out there. And I wouldn't be telling y'all that if I didn't have my own experience using the Naca program. So if you are new to the channel, I did use the Naca program, and I closed on my very first home back in 2020 of April. My husband and I purchased a brand new construction home, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, using the Naca program. So everything that I'm saying to you as far as in all of my videos is based off my personal experience. I am not a Naca in-house agent. I am not a real estate agent. I am just sharing my personal experience and giving you my personal tips and advice as to how you can navigate through the Naca program to becoming a first-time home owner like myself. So the first pro that I came up with is no credit score consideration. So we all know, or we should know by now, that Naca does not take your credit score into consideration. They do not say to you, oh, you need a 640 or you need a 680 to participate in the Naca program. What Naca does is they look at your income to debt ratio. They want to see that you are making payments on time. They want to see that you have enough income to be able to afford a mortgage first off. So Naca does not take your credit score into consideration, and that is probably the #1 pro on my list that I am sharing with you all, that you should already know if you don't know by now, that Naca does not take your credit score into consideration. So right now you should be jumping for joy, because a lot of us struggle with trying to improve our credit. And with Naca, you don't necessarily need to do that to purchase your home. So the second pro to using the Naca program is, y'all, there is no closing cost or no down payment. How wonderful is that to hear? Like, when you don't have to put down any money or pay any closing costs, that is amazing. Like, seriously, it can't get no better than that. Now, the only thing that you will have to come up with are your minimum required funds, which is also known as the MRF. And your mortgage counselor will tell you what your minimum required funds. It varies from person to person. Yours could be $1,500, while the other person could be $4,000. Mine was a little over $3,000, but it varies depending on your income and your debt. So when you get to that point, your mortgage counselor will discuss with you what your minimum required funds are, and that will be due at closing. And it's not a closing cost or down payment. It is just minimum required funds. And like I said, your mortgage counselor will discuss what all your minimum required funds entail, and they will give you a breakdown as well as a breakdown at closing. So my next pro to using the Naca program, and this is my final one, I had to kind of consolidate them because I had to come up with the most important ones that I feel would be beneficial to you all. So my third and final pro is you are eligible to buy down your interest rate. And I believe I have shared this with you before, but for those who are new and don't know much about the Naca program, you are eligible to buy your interest rate down to almost 0.25%. That is awesome when it comes to purchasing a home, because the lower you bring your interest rate down, the lower your monthly mortgage payment is. And we all know that we don't want a high mortgage. We want an affordable mortgage payment that we will be comfortable with. So that is my third and final pro to using the Naca program. It is such an amazing feeling when you can bring down that interest rate. Like, it is just amazing. So let's get into the cons. So some of the cons that I came up with are based off my personal experience. So your cons may be similar or your cons may be totally different based off your experience and as well as my experience. But the first con that I came up with was your counseling sessions may be done remotely as opposed to in person. Now, me personally, I like to be able to step foot in the office. I want to see who it is that I'm talking to. I want to personally hand my paperwork to whoever it is that I'm talking to, because when things are being done remotely, it's a little harder to get your point across or for people to understand what you are saying, or maybe possibly for you to understand what they're saying. Me personally, I like to be in the office, face to face, one-on-one, talking to whoever it is that I am dealing with. Now, I understand in these times that we are dealing with right now, it is probably better to do remote counseling. But when this all clears up, if you are able to get into the office to speak with your counselor, make sure that you choose that option if you are able to. Because for me personally, it just made a world of a difference. It helped me to be able to develop a better relationship with my mortgage counselor. It helped us to be able to understand each other better and effectively. So being able to go into the office and discuss everything with your mortgage counselor is a win-win situation, and you are able to hand your documents to her or him personally and not say, well, I did upload this or I sent it in, but I don't know what happened to it, because we all know that things can get misplaced. Things cannot be uploaded when they're supposed to. For instance, you might upload documents and then when you have your appointment with your mortgage counselor, they may not see it in your file. So for me personally, it is just better to go into the office and meet with your counselor one-on-one. So the second con that I came up with is, we all know they don't have enough staff at the Naca office. And I'm not sure if that has anything to do with funding, or if they just decide that we are only going to hire a specific amount of mortgage counselors to take on these caseloads. Because we all know that the more and more we talk about NACA, the more the program is going to grow. And so that is basically the point. You want the program to grow because the program is awesome. Who wouldn't want to use the NACA program? So that could possibly have a dilemma as to why it may take you a while to get into your first home, or it could not be the mortgage counselor's fault. It could be something on your end. The mortgage counselors will work with you from beginning to end to get you into your home. Depending on what your situation is, it may take you a while to get into the program or to buy your home. But it may not always be NACA's fault as to why it's taking so long. But I do know that they are understaffed and overworked. So that is definitely a con in my eyes. So we know that if NACA had more mortgage counselors, we know that they could possibly get these people into their home much sooner. Not to say that we're trying to rush the process, but the process would not need to take so long if they had more staff members. And so my third and final con to using the NACA program is probably one that everybody would definitely agree with me on is, y'all, we all know what this is. Do y'all know what this one is? Can y'all guess what this one is? So my final con to using the NACA program is, it is a lengthy process. Y'all, using the NACA program can be an extremely lengthy process. Take it from me. It took me a while to get through the program. And keep in mind, I took some years off from the program, but coming back, we're gonna bring it back a little. Coming back to the program, it still took me a while because every mortgage counselor that I was assigned to quit. And so when your mortgage counselors quit on you, then you have to wait weeks to months to be reassigned to another mortgage counselor. Then you have to wait another month or two to get an appointment. So that is my third con to using the NACA program, is it is definitely a lengthy process. Now, I'm going to say this again. It may not be as lengthy for you as it is compared to other people, but I can only speak for myself. It was a lengthy process, but I have learned to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. So because there are so many horror stories out there saying, oh, it takes too long, I don't have time to be wasting, I'm going to go with this program, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Do what you please, but in the meantime, do your research. I always stress this to y'all, do your research, because the more you do your research, the less you're going to listen to the horror stories. If you are willing and if you have time to go through the Naca program, I would definitely recommend you stick with the program and enjoy the process. Don't listen to what everybody has to say that's negative. Do what you feel is best for you and for your family. If you really want this Naca program to work for you, then you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort, and most importantly, you have to put in the work. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my pros and my cons to using the Naca program video today. I hope that you find it useful and insightful as you go through the journey of home ownership. I hope that my tips help you along the way. And as always, I always tell you, make sure you do your research, make sure that you ask questions. If you don't know the answer to certain questions, ask your mortgage counselor, or better yet, you can drop me a comment below and ask me. I might be able to help you. If not, I will refer you to your mortgage counselor. So once again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I just want to say hello to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I want to say hi to all of my returning subscribers. And y'all, we are growing over here, so if you want to be a part of Natasha's lifestyle channel, the family, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button below and join the family, okay? I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.